Hey, My Time TV community. I don't even know if you can just go live on this page, but I'm gonna try. It's Mary McLeod. My new business is called Conscious Life Transitions. It's not actually my business, it's our business. It's a collaboration. And I've been thinking for a while about doing a, oh, someone's watching. Hi, who's here? I've been thinking for a while about doing, hi, Linda, doing a show on My Time TV, a regular show. And I've been tossing up what to have a show on. I would really love to have a Sunday morning show where we do prayers and activations and healings on a Sunday morning. But I also would really be interested to know how many people, hi Katie, how many people would be interested in talking about the end of life transition? Hi, can you please give me a reading from my grandmother whose spirit, You know, if I was in the right frame of mind, because I'm not actually on here doing an actual show, but if I was in the right frame of mind and I didn't have a client coming here in a very short while, I could do that. If I get any messages as I'm talking, I will let you know. I'm a medium of sorts. I do get messages for people. It's not my primary job, but I do, when people ask that of me, I do get messages for people and I can tap in to that part of them. Hi, Heidi. I'm going live on the page because I'm interested in starting a regular show. And I want to, because my new business is called Conscious Life Transitions. Hi, Amanda. And the business is all about helping people and families to help their loved ones transition to life without a body, basically. So at the moment, I am studying to be an end-of-life doula. And the collaboration I'm doing with a couple of other women is a service to help people cross over and to help families heal their relationships with each other before this happens, and to have the kinds of conversations they really need to have with each other, with their God, and with their loved one who's going to die before that happens. Avoiding talking about death is not going to prolong your life. And it's definitely not going to help your loved one to have a more peaceful transition. Because did you know that 80% of dying people actually want to have a conversation about the process they're going through, about the emotions they're going through, about what their body's going through, and about what they're going through emotionally as they try to make sense of their lives. And they try to forgive themselves for the things that they've done in their life that they're not proud of. And as they try to come to terms with the people they need to forgive for the pain that other people have caused them in their lives, right? So it's a huge process. So I'm wanting to start a weekly show, and I'm actually asking for people's opinions as to whether you think there would be a big demand for people to want to get on here and talk about the end of life, talk about what people go through, talk about our relationships as with regards to having a life-threatening illness, to talk about how we talk about death with children, and to talk about the ways that as we surrender to the fact that we are mortal human beings and we accept our mortality, we can actually get on with the business of living so much more passionately and with less fear. Do you guys agree? Do you guys think we should be having these conversations? Would you like to see these conversations happening on a weekly show? Well, I noticed Mom changed leading up to her passing, just like you said, understanding and loving. Yeah, and wouldn't it be nice if they didn't really have to do this alone? If there were people, if families were taught how to talk about death, how to talk about the end of life transition, how to help their loved ones come to terms with their lives and find the deeper meaning and really transition in peace. How to actually bring up the subject of the choices you need to make for the end of your life. Do you want to be resuscitated? Do you want to die at home? Do you want to have a home funeral? All those kind of things. So if you're watching this or you watch this later, please let me know your thoughts. I've had quite a few people I've had chats to about when they've lost loved ones and how much they would have loved and appreciated having a team of earth angels to come and guide them through the process. We actually do ceremonies for people to cross over their spirit. If that's wanted or required, we're catering to whatever people need, especially healing relationships. We've also got a photographer on board who does birth photos, and now she's extending herself to end of life photos. So not necessarily after death, but possibly if that's what the family wants, but definitely in the weeks leading up to that person's transition, so the family can have a really beautiful display of their connection with their loved one. Anyone have any thoughts about this? There's one person left watching by the looks of things. If anyone else has any thoughts about it, I would love to hear what they are. And if you think that this would be a weekly show that people would really benefit from. And especially Dare and Theoni, if you guys watch this, let me know if you think it's a really cool idea. Oh, there's 3 people. I'm talking about starting a show talking about death, but it also links in with a lot of people who are on here listening to the psychic mediums and wanting to connect with their loved ones who've passed over. So Paula Darch, who is on our team at Conscious Life Transitions, it's part of her business to talk to connect people with their loved ones who've passed. So Heidi, you're saying it's a good idea. Knowing what Mom wanted made it a bit easier to deal with. Yeah. And there's so many people and families who are not having these conversations. And that's what we're trying to do, is to bring the conversation about the end of life into the public, into, common everyday conversations, because the more you talk about things, the less stress you have. And it's common knowledge now that stress is the #1 cause of death in the world, right? Because it causes that heart disease, it causes heart attacks, it causes cancer. They've shown that if you can reduce stress, cancer begins to heal itself. So by talking about death, by not being so, like superstitious, thinking if we talk about death, we're gonna die. No, by having lighthearted conversations about our own mortality and sharing positive experiences about it, we're actually going to be reducing people's stress and giving them more control over the end of life process, and more control as someone who's watching a loved one go through the end of life process, giving them more that they can do to help. Whew. Yes, indeed. I'm glad I had this inspired idea to hop on here. Thanks for interacting with me. And if you're watching this later, please leave your comments. I would love to hear anything you have to say. Love you guys. See ya. Oh, if you want to check out Conscious Life Transitions, that's the name of our business page, Conscious Life Transitions. Go in and give us a like and drop us a line. Bye.